Hi, this is Hans. Hope all is well with you. So I wanted to go over something that I learned in school a while ago. Just to let you know, I'm in the medical health field, and this is something you always kind of keep in the back of your mind, and you really don't name it because it's really not there. In fact, you should probably ask your doctor about this term to see if they remember. But this is something that many professions incorporate into their discipline. It's called pertinent negative. The pertinent negative is saying something that is not there in addition to what is there to actually give a more accurate picture of what you're looking at. Now, many people think that the pertinent negative is the opposite of Occam's razor, but it's not. A pertinent negative can change the outlook of an investigation because of the missing evidence, the evidence that's not there. For example, a teenager kidnapped from home. Evidence or non-evidence can be a missing cell phone, missing clothes, and a missing suitcase that may lead to different inquiries. Another example might be diabetes. A patient may end up having several signs and symptoms of diabetes, but until they do a blood test, you really don't know. It may be something else. So the pertinent negative actually works alongside Occam's razor for a good explanation. Occam's razor is the idea that trying to understand something, getting unnecessary information out of the way is the fastest way to truth or to the best explanation. So the pertinent negative is this wonderful concept that gives us a broader way of looking at something. Not only does it look at the affirmative, but it also looks at the negative. The pertinent negative gives us a great opportunity to talk about not just what we see, but what we don't see to give the person who can't see what we see a much more accurate description of what they are looking at. An example of this are balloons. They are really not that complicated. In retail stores, they are airtight bladders that are filled with helium and come with a tether. Your standard tether is 3/16 of an inch thick, which is less than a 1/4 inch. From a distance, they are barely seen. Balloons are typically 1 foot from top to bottom and about 6 to 8 inches wide. Foil balloons at full capacity cannot lift up a dime. A foil balloon cannot lift up an empty foil balloon and has difficulty lifting up multiple tethers. Why would anybody put on multiple tethers on a balloon? Also, barely flat foil balloons don't fly. Now that we know what balloons should be doing and what they're capable of, what if we see stuff that balloons shouldn't be doing? What if the pertinent negative is not there but ignored? What if there's some sort of implicit bias or cognitive dissonance taking place? Then it'll go right over your head, and that's when willful ignorance and cynical behavior begins. Here's another phrase I would like to introduce. It's from a very respected radiologist that I know. She calls it anomaly coupling. When you see one anomaly, you may see another. When you see one major indication of imitation, it sometimes will have other accompanying subtle abnormalities, so look for it. Here's an example. Not only does this one have multiple tethers, but it looks like it's carrying something that looks like a folded pillow. With a pertinent negative, you're trying to reach a conclusion with exclusion. What are they not telling you? You have to be a sleuth. You have to use deduction with exclusion. You have to figure out what is not normal here and be precise. You cannot use magic or your imagination to fill in the blanks. If something doesn't make sense, you must question it in order to give yourself a broader and more realistic picture. Please keep in mind that our brains will contrive an explanation to justify anything we don't understand. We cannot use our imagination to fill in the blanks instead of facts. Imagination is forgotten reality and most of the time works against science. We live in a world of possibilities. If you think about it, almost anything is possible, including winning the lottery. Impulsive judging is typically based on possibility reasoning rather than probability reasoning. You must keep in mind that possibility does not equal probability. The pertinent negative must be kept in mind as you evaluate and judge every situation. Not everything is an optical illusion. We cannot ignore positive blood tests for diabetes, and if you want to be a good researcher, you can't ignore the facts. Sometimes even common sense is contrary to logic and probability. Thank you for watching this video. Please tell me what you think in the comments below. Please join LA UFO Channel on meetup.com and come with us as we watch unidentified aerial phenomenon together. We'll see you next time.